Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Vibes Blue. I'm Lisa, and today we have something really exciting for you.
Hi, everyone. I'm David.
Today, we're going to dive into marketing manager interviews. Yes, the type of interviews where you not only talk about your experience, but also sell your ideas confidently in English.
That's right, David. Whether you're applying for a marketing manager role at a startup, a tech company, or a global brand, knowing how to present your campaigns and ideas clearly is key.
Absolutely. And don't worry if you're not a native speaker. We'll practice real English phrases and expressions that make your answers sound natural, professional, and persuasive.
So, in this video, we'll cover 6 key parts: talking about your experience, presenting ideas, handling difficult questions, showing leadership, teamwork skills, and finally, expressing your long-term marketing vision.
Sounds like a lot, but we'll make it fun and easy to follow. Remember, it's all about practicing real conversations, not memorizing scripts.
And before we start, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It really helps us create more content for you.
Smiles? Ready to sell some ideas? Let's get started with the first question. Can you tell me about your previous marketing experience?
All right, David, let's start with the first big question every marketing manager interview usually asks. Can you tell me about your previous marketing experience?
Sure, Lisa. I always start by giving a brief overview of my role and responsibilities. For example, in my previous role as a marketing manager at XYZ Company, I led a team of 6 people and managed digital campaigns across social media, email, and search platforms.
That's a great start. Notice how David mentions his team size and channels. It immediately gives the interviewer a clear picture.
Exactly. Then I move on to highlight key achievements. For example, one of my campaigns increased our lead generation by 35% in just 3 months, and we also saw a 20% growth in social media engagement.
Numbers are so powerful. Using metrics shows real impact. It's not just words, it's proof of your success.
Right. And don't forget to mention challenges and how you overcame them. For instance, we faced a limited budget, so I optimized our ad spend and focused on high-performing channels, which led to the same results at a lower cost.
That's a smart point, David. Interviewers love candidates who problem solve and adapt. Also, using phrases like I led, I managed, and I implemented make your answers strong and action-oriented.
Another tip is to connect your experience to the role you're applying for. For example, I noticed that your company focuses on influencer marketing, which aligns with my recent campaign where we collaborated with micro-influencers to boost brand awareness.
Yes! Tailoring your experience shows that you've done your homework and are a perfect fit for the position.
And don't forget the language. Words like achieved, improved, developed, and successfully executed make your answers sound confident in English.
So a good structure is 1. Role overview, 2. Key achievements with numbers, 3. Challenges and solutions, 4. Tailor to the company.
And remember, it's a conversation, not a monologue. Keep it natural and engaging. For example, you can say, I really enjoyed leading a small team and experimenting with new strategies, which taught me a lot about agile marketing.
Perfect! That wraps up talking about your marketing experience. Next, we'll show you how to present your ideas clearly, which is just as important as your achievements.
Stay tuned because selling your ideas in English can really set you apart from other candidates.
Now that we've covered your marketing experience, it's time to talk about something equally important: presenting your ideas clearly. David, why is this so crucial in an interview?
Well, Lisa, as a marketing manager, you're not just sharing what you've done, you're selling new strategies and ideas. Your interviewer wants to see how clearly you communicate, how persuasive you are, and whether your ideas align with their goals.
Exactly. And one simple way to structure your answer is to start with the goal, then explain the strategy, and finally show the expected results.
For example, if asked, how would you pitch a new marketing campaign? I might say, our goal is to increase brand awareness among young professionals. My strategy would involve a mix of social media ads, influencer collaborations, and targeted email campaigns. Based on previous campaigns, I expect a 25% growth in engagement within 3 months.
That's a clear goal, strategy, result structure. Also, notice how David uses numbers and specifics. It makes the answer much stronger.
And don't forget storytelling. Sharing a short story about a past campaign can make your answer more engaging. For example, last year we launched a summer campaign targeting college students. We created interactive Instagram challenges, and within a week, our engagement doubled. It was a huge learning experience about what resonates with this audience.
Storytelling also shows creativity and leadership. Interviewers like to see that you can bring ideas to life.
Another tip is to use transition phrases to keep your answer organized. First, I would, next, we would, finally, we expect. This helps your English sound smooth and professional.
And don't hesitate to link your ideas to the company. For example, I notice your brand focuses on eco-friendly products, so I would emphasize sustainability in the campaign to attract conscious consumers.
Exactly. Tailoring your pitch shows you've done your research and that you understand the company's values.
So, to summarize, 1. Start with the goal. 2. Explain the strategy clearly. 3. Show expected results with numbers. 4. Include a short story for engagement. 5. Tailor your ideas to the company's values. 6. Use smooth transition phrases.
Practicing this structure will help you sound confident and persuasive in your marketing manager interview.
And remember, it's about real conversation, not memorized scripts. Use your natural tone, add some energy, and show your enthusiasm for your ideas.
Great. Next, we'll tackle handling difficult questions because every interviewer will throw a curveball to see how you respond under pressure. Stay tuned.
All right, David, now it's time to talk about one of the most challenging parts of any marketing manager interview, handling difficult questions.
Absolutely, Lisa. Interviewers often ask tricky questions to see how you think on your feet. Questions like, tell me about a campaign that failed and what you learned from it, or how do you handle disagreements within your team?
The key is to stay calm and structured. Start by acknowledging the question, then explain the situation, your action, and the result, or what you learned if it didn't go perfectly.
For example, if asked about a failed campaign, I might say, we launched a social media campaign last year that didn't reach our engagement goals. I realized that our target audience wasn't active on the platform we chose. I quickly adjusted our strategy to focus on Instagram and TikTok, and we were able to recover 70% of the expected engagement. This taught me the importance of audience research before launching a campaign.
That's a great example. Notice how David uses the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. It keeps your answer clear and professional.
And it's important to avoid blaming others. Always focus on your actions, decisions, and learning. For example, we faced a tight budget, so I optimized our ad spend and focused on high-performing channels. It shows problem-solving skills.
Another common tricky question is about team conflicts. You can answer like this. In a previous project, 2 team members disagreed on the campaign approach. I facilitated a meeting where we discussed pros and cons openly. We reached a solution that combined both ideas, and the campaign was successful. I learned the value of listening and collaboration.
Interviewers also love self-reflection questions like, what's your biggest weakness? Here, be honest but positive. I tend to take on too many projects at once, but I've learned to prioritize and delegate effectively.
Remember, the language you use matters. Words like adapted, facilitated, learned, and improved make your English sound confident and professional.
And keep your tone calm and friendly. Even if the question is tough, your composure shows leadership and confidence.
So to summarize, 1. Use the STAR method. 2. Focus on your actions and learning. 3. Avoid blaming others. 4. Show problem-solving and collaboration. 5. Use positive language. 6. Stay calm and professional.
Practicing these responses will help you feel ready for any curveball in your interview.
Next up, we'll talk about showing leadership and teamwork skills, which is essential for every marketing manager. Let's keep going.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're diving into a super important topic for any marketing manager interview, showing leadership and teamwork skills.
Right, Lisa. Interviewers want to see that you can lead projects, collaborate with your team, and inspire others to achieve results. It's not just about your individual achievements, it's about how you make the team succeed.
A good way to answer these questions is to share specific examples. Let's say you're asked, can you give an example of a project you led successfully?
You could answer like this. I led a product launch campaign last year with a team of 5. I assigned roles based on each member's strengths, scheduled weekly check-ins to track progress, and encouraged open communication. The campaign exceeded our target by 20%, and the team felt motivated and valued throughout the process.
That's perfect. Notice how David highlights delegation, communication, and motivation, all key leadership qualities.
Another tip is to emphasize team collaboration. For instance, if asked, how do you handle disagreements in your team? You can say, during a campaign, 2 team members had different opinions about the ad strategy. I facilitated a discussion, encouraged each person to share their ideas, and we found a solution that combined the best of both. The result was a more creative and effective campaign.
Showing that you listen, mediate, and bring out the best in your team is very impressive to interviewers.
And don't forget to link your teamwork to results. Always explain how your leadership contributed to the project's success. Numbers and outcomes make your story concrete and credible.
Also, use powerful action verbs to describe your role: led, coordinated, mentored, collaborated, facilitated. This makes your English sound professional and confident.
And remember, leadership isn't just about giving orders. It's about supporting your team, encouraging ideas, and creating a positive work environment.
So if you're asked, what makes you a good leader? Don't just say it, show it through examples. Talk about how you motivated your team, handled challenges, and achieved results together.
To summarize, when discussing leadership and teamwork in your interview, 1. Share specific examples. 2. Highlight delegation and communication. 3. Show how you resolve conflicts. 4. Link teamwork to concrete results. 5. Use strong action verbs. 6. Emphasize support, motivation, and collaboration.
Practicing these examples will help you confidently demonstrate that you're not just a skilled marketer, but also a team player and a leader.
Up next, we'll cover the final step, closing the interview with confidence, making sure you leave a strong impression. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Now we've reached the final part of your marketing manager interview journey, closing the interview confidently. This is your chance to leave a lasting impression.
Absolutely, Lisa. The way you finish an interview can be just as important as the answers you gave. It shows confidence, professionalism, and enthusiasm.
A good closing starts with thanking the interviewer. You can say something like, "Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. I really enjoyed learning more about your marketing team and the exciting projects you're working on."
Then, summarize your strengths and value. For example, I'm very passionate about data-driven marketing and creative campaigns. I believe my experience in leading cross-functional teams and delivering results can contribute to your company's growth.
You can also express enthusiasm for the role. I'm really excited about the opportunity to join your team and help achieve ambitious marketing goals. This shows that you're genuinely interested, not just looking for any job.
Another tip is to ask a smart question. End the interview by showing curiosity and strategic thinking. For instance, can you tell me more about how the marketing team measures success for campaigns? Or what are the key priorities for the marketing department in the next 6 months?
That's right. Asking a thoughtful question demonstrates that you're engaged and already thinking about how to contribute effectively.
And don't forget to reiterate your enthusiasm before leaving. Thank you again for your time. I'm really looking forward to the possibility of working together. It leaves a positive, professional impression.
Let's summarize some key tips for closing your interview confidently. 1. Thank the interviewer warmly. 2. Summarize your strengths and value. 3. Show enthusiasm for the role. 4. Ask a thoughtful question about the company or team. 5. End with a positive, confident statement.
Also, remember your body language. Sit up straight, smile, and maintain eye contact. Even after saying goodbye, remain polite and professional until you leave the room.
Practice these steps will help you leave a strong impression and increase your chances of being remembered as a confident, capable candidate.
So, whether it's a question about your experience, leadership skills, or a tricky scenario, ending your interview on a confident note can make all the difference.
That's it, everyone. With preparation, practice, and the right mindset, you can ace your marketing manager interview and truly stand out. Good luck and keep practicing your English confidently.
Exactly. And don't forget, every interview is also a learning experience. Stay positive and keep improving.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to practice, and we'll see you in the next video.